what you're going to see from this past week is a lot of crying.
No matter what you're going through, just know that, hey, you're not alone. And a part of me is crying from a place of joy and love because there were so many awesome experiences that I got to experience here.
Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm actually in my new place. I'm in my new space. So that means that I have completely moved out of my old apartment. This is actually my third night that I'll be spending here. So super new, super like, whoa, where am I? What's going on? My sleep's a little bit off. Everything's a little bit off right now because I feel like I'm in this like limbo mode still. I'm still not settled in, but I'm getting settled in. And I get Lincoln on Friday, so I'm super excited for that. This past week has been one of the most emotionally challenging weeks I think I've had to experience in quite some time, probably at least a couple months. Just because with me moving, with me feeling the loneliness and facing off with that and leaving behind all the experiences and all the things that I've had in those apartments and moving to an unknown space, it caused in me a little bit of fear, a little bit of like, ooh, what's gonna happen? And I began to face off, as you can see, with all those different experiences. So you'll see me cry, and I'm crying because I'm talking about the loneliness that I'm experiencing as a single parent.
One of the hardest things I think about being a single dad probably has to do with the loneliness that can come in the weeks that I don't have them, because I have 7 days on, 7 days off, and I'm still learning how to be with myself, like how to actually be with myself and be okay in that space by myself, because I could easily throw on Netflix and distract myself. I could easily go and have drinks. I could easily go hang out with my friends. I could easily find things to do that distract me from the feelings that might actually be there and are there under the surface. And it's about going to those feelings and being with them and letting them pass and letting them go and letting them move through the body, move through me, so that I can learn to be okay with me, just as me, by me, with me, by myself. And I will say that it's probably the hardest journey that I think I've ever undertaken in my life. I probably cry every day. I get scared every day. And there are times when I just want to run, I just want to hide. I want to end my life. Like all of those things go through my mind at different points in time. And I know with certainty that at the end of this road, that at the end of this path, at the end of whatever this is, whatever phase I'm currently going through, that at the end of this, it'll be okay. And then I'll feel whole. And I'll be okay with me. I'll be okay with who I am, with what I am. And I'll finally be okay with just me. I'll get to teach that to my son and show him that it's okay to be you, to be himself. Holy fuck. So, no matter what you're going through, just know that, hey, you're not alone. And that no matter what, it'll be okay. You know, this too shall pass. this too shall pass. And that the hardships, the trials, those things right now, it will be better and get better each and every single day. It's worth it. It's so worth it.
Think that you guys can relate to if you're a single parent, or if you're a parent, sometimes you can feel the same way. And especially with a single parent, if you are on like a 7-day off rotation where you're 7 days on, 7 days off, it can make it a little bit more challenging as well, because you go from 7 days for me, for example, with my son Lincoln, I go 7 days on with him and then 7 days off with him. And on those 7 days that I don't have him, I'm so used to like being with them and nurturing them, taking care of them and doing all that stuff, and that's filling my time. I'm so used to that when he's gone, it's like, what now? And it's like I almost got to get used to being with myself again. And I think that's really what I've been working towards building and growing from, and facing off and being with this loneliness that I experienced, and you guys will see, I think is really teaching me that I am a whole. And really teaching me to be a whole as a person, to be okay with me no matter what's going on, no matter where I'm at, no matter what I have, no matter what's possibly happening in my life, that I'm okay with me. Even if I did the worst possible thing, or I'm like crazy bankrupt, or I'm going in debt, or I'm like have no place to live, I'm still okay with me. Because I think that is the one of the goals, one of the possible objectives of this time here is being okay with yourself. You'll also see me crying and showing you guys on my move out day. It was my last moment in my apartment, and I started crying because I remembered all the experiences that I had with Lincoln, and running around the little like the kitchen space, or that little thing that we had. I remember running around, and it's like I won't get to experience that anymore, and just flashes through all the experiences that I had with Lincoln. I started crying because it really dawned on me that was the first space that I ever lived in where I was truly on my own with Lincoln.
Holy shit, it's starting already. I haven't even said a word, right? So I'm sitting here, just in my apartment, and it's completely empty. This was a huge moment in my life, getting this space, and I feel like I've cried twice now in these videos. A huge moment was getting this space. This was the first space where I've really been on my own, and with Lincoln. Like really on my own and with Lincoln. After Cass and I broke up, I moved in my parents for almost a year, and then moved out of my parents' place into this place, and this is the first place that I've really ever been on my own, and one of the only places I've actually ever just been with me. I would live with my ex, I live with Cass, I live with different people and roommates, and this was the first time, the first space where I had my own space. And it was just me and Lincoln. And a part of me is crying from a place of joy and love, because there were so many awesome experiences that I got to experience here. So many great experiences came in this apartment. Like I remember chasing Lincoln around here. Like just all around here, all the time, just around those things in between. He would just love it. And like, that's something that I don't get to do anymore. And I just remember waking up and he'd grab his boots and he'd want to go to the park, which is right beside. And it's not that I'm not moving to a great place, because that place is just as great. It's just like those are unique experiences that are only to this place. And I'm gonna miss that. It's hard. This is the first place where I really began to find and understand who I am, and experience that, and be with that, and be in that space of like, okay, let's figure you out, let's get moving, let's get going, let's find you. Holy shit. And I am so grateful that this opportunity came up to take this space, to be next to the park, to be here. Everything happens for a reason, you know? I was in this space for the period of time that I was in it for a reason. And the next space is like a next chapter in my life that I get to begin. And I'm super excited.
At a time, and so it was huge for me. It was like, that was one of the biggest steps that I've taken probably in my entire life. Seriously, it's incredible. And I was crying, I was getting emotional because I was leaving that behind. I was moving on to something else and allowing something else to fill the space, which is this beautiful space. And I'm so grateful for what's here, and I cannot wait to show you what's going on and where we're headed and what that looks like in the Adventures with Lincoln, because he comes out tomorrow, and the acres that I'm on, the space that I'm in. I cannot wait to give you a little tour and show you what that's like, because we're gonna get up to some awesome adventures. Though that was really the meat of it. The week was a lot of emotions and a lot of facing off with the loneliness being a single parent and the emotions that come with that, and facing off the emotions of moving. It was a heavy week, and I'm super grateful to be in this space. I still feel like I'm kind of in limbo mode almost, like I'm not really settled in this space, and I'm not really like, I feel like I'm not really anywhere right now. I'm just kind of like floating. Though I think with time I'll begin to really transition and anchor into this space, because it is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys took away some value. I hope that for all the single parents out there, for all the parents out there, you guys have learned something about yourself, or you have even learned and maybe even known and stepped into that you're not alone on this journey, that you feel probably very similar to how I feel sometimes, that we all are this way. Each and every single one of us human beings are connected more deeply than we can ever know, and then that we yet know. And if that's what you take away, that's what you take away. And I ask that you please subscribe to the channel just by clicking that big old red button below. Also, feel free to like, feel free to leave a comment. Like, what came up for you? Like, what did you notice? What was cool? What can you relate to? What have you experienced before? Maybe what techniques, what tips, what tools have you used to get over the loneliness, or you used to move, or anything? Just feel free to share. This is what we're here for. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to build this up, because I really want single parents, I really want especially single dads to know that no matter what they're going through, that they are not alone, and that they're supported, and that we all feel the same way. There's so much, so feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. So I hope you have the most incredible evening or day or morning or night, or whenever you're watching this, for Pete's sakes. Just thank you. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful blank, fill in the blank. Go, wow, whoa, bah, boo, da, do, da, da. So much love.